What's up everyone, hope you're doing well. Of course, we went to this year's Superbooth and here are some of our highlights. Let's start with Buchla's newest device called Ziggy.
So Ziggy is Buchla's newest instrument that distills down sounds and ideas that are classic Buchla into a desktop analog synth that is immediately usable, patchable with Eurorec through gate, mod pressure, and 1 volt per octave Eurorec inputs, and sort of is a distillation of Buchla for folks that maybe aren't ready to jump into like a music easel or the Buchla 200E modular. Buchla Ziggy has a lot of those classic Buchla sounds. It is a characteristically Buchla instrument, but it has things like program storage, which allow you to pick a sound and sort of get into a jumping off point in a way that in the past you would be messing around with patch cables, messing around with figuring out why isn't this modular making sound, or maybe it's making sound and I don't know why. The idea with the desktop format is that we wanted to distill down classic Buchla sounds, and everything kind of does something immediately. So the idea is if I recall a program and I use that as a jumping off point, get my headphones on here. I'm immediately into a sound.
And as usual, Soma had one of the most forward-thinking instruments we came across. This time it was Enigma, featuring a very unique interface that works with sensitive metal sensors. So check this out.
Hello, I'm Vlad Kramer from Soma Laboratory, and this year we present our new machine called Enigma. So Enigma is a synthesizer with a very unique interface that completely driven by metallic objects. So type of the object, its shape, type of material, etc. And its placement and movement defines the sound that you can get from this machine. So a lot of different sounds to reveal, discover, and it is a kind of a landscape that combine together spatial placement of objects and soundscape that you can get from this machine. I will show some stuff.
After that, we took a quick break and explored the surroundings, which is always one of the most special parts of Superbooth, meeting so many interesting people along the way. Then we caught Frank Wiedemann and Henrik Schwarz performing live. Later we met up with Richie Hawtin and Erika Synth to talk about the Bullfrog project, because they had just released the Bullfrog drums.
We're at Superbooth 2026 in Berlin, which is a gathering of probably the coolest, craziest, most important people in the synthesizer, electronic music or music realm. It brings together professionals and novices, and just people who are interested in the world of electronic music. And Gertz and I are here today to continue the story and the evolution of a project that we started 3 or 4 years ago called the Bullfrog ecosystem.
Yeah, that was a time when we realized we are getting old and we need to leave something behind.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's true. Like, we got in contact because I had a daughter. I was thinking about how do we get the next generation into electronic music. Gertz was thinking the same thing, and after a couple of phone calls, we were like, let's work together and create a synthesizer that welcomes first-timers into the world of electronic music, but making sure it's such a cool device that even the pros want to use it. And so a couple of years ago, we released the Bullfrog synthesizer, and today we have 2 more things we're showing.
Yeah, so we realized that Bullfrog synthesizer is a little bit too less for like integrated experience in electronic music making. So yeah, because we can make great instruments, Richie can make great techno and stuff. So we realized that we need to extend the ecosystem, and today we are launching Bullfrog Drums, which is sample-based drum machine with very hands-on controls. So the drum machine basically can be simple sample player, but it can really be a proper performance instrument, which really supports our Bullfrog idea that you can learn, produce, and perform. And this performance aspect also is very underappreciated thing.
I think that when Gertz and I first talked, a lot of entry levels for people getting into electronic music these days are touch screens and like iPhone apps, which is a great way, but we like to get dirty. We like to get our hands on things. So the idea of performance is really key to everything we're designing, because we want people to have fun. We want people to be able to grab knobs and turn and manipulate and hear how they can shape and change sound.
Next up, it was time to head back inside and check out the Polyend booth.
This is called Drums, and it's analog and digital drum machine. The idea was simple: to make the sound as good as possible, the build quality as good as possible, build in the sequencer that is as nice as possible, but maintain the workflow so it allows you to have fun and play rather than just, read the manual and menu dive. Okay, here I've got the hi-hat, so I'll just swipe it. Maybe I'll record a little bit of motion, so. And then panning. Okay, and then there I have another snare. Okay. The best way to demo it is to hand it over to Martin, who will just prepare some kind of performance for you.
And last but definitely not least, one of the most interesting instruments we discovered was Tembo, a wooden drum synthesizer that's not only visually stunning but also packed with some truly unique sounds.
This is Tembo, and it's developed by us musical beings. And what we see here is a very playful step sequencer designed to be very inviting and accessible, with the materials. And is designed to be super, super intuitive. So I'm gonna just press play. What I have here are the beats, the magnets, and I'm just gonna lay out a beat, right? So we have, we have 5 instruments, so each row represents an instrument. So what you see here is a flip magnet, so, right, we have this one here. You can see that we have each row. We can choose a different preset or drum kit. And what else you can do with the magnets, so we can stack them. So it gives us a double time. And we can also flip them so it does the syncopation. So it looks like an 8-step loop, but it is a 16-step resolution. So yeah, so just right, so it's really fun to just play around with, and everything will sound good because it is aimed for beginners. What else do we have here? We have the mutes, right? Really fun for performing and doing some, you know, really playing around with it. We have the effects here, the effect rack, so I'm gonna add just a little delay on the snare and on the clap. I have a global filter here, which is really fun. And the fun part is the real-time sampler. So I'm just gonna, real-time sampling, right? So now that this channel is the sample that I just did.
Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and the full individual videos will drop every day on this channel.